What's going on, guys? Welcome to something new that I'm trying to do. Basically, we have a podcast. We have a podcast called Take a Step where we do a podcast together. We just talk about random stuff. I think the last couple were sports related. They're not going to be too sports related over the next couple of episodes whenever we do them. But so what ended up happening was our scheduling like sucks ass, and we can't stop falling asleep. So next Take a Step's coming out soon, but I wanted to get my own podcast to just yap. This is my yapathon. This is my yapathon for everything. Everything Atlanta related, everything that's happening to me. Just somewhere I can sit down, talk about stuff, and just hope for the best. So hopefully y'all stick along for the ride. Is you're gonna see the quality definitely step up. Like I thought this camera would look way better zoomed in than it actually like. It looks bad, but like it's I'm using an iPhone for this, which is insane. So I think definitely it's gonna take some getting used to, some tweaking. I gotta get a charger though. Yeah, I do gotta get a charger, but it should be fine. And no other thing I want to talk about. So the main thing I want to talk about for this one is the state. I remember I did this. I almost make the video last year. The state of the NFC South. Boy, we have an amazing division. Um, yeah. So if you look at the Falcons of the NFC South, you have the Falcons leading it, of course, at 6-6. Tampa Bay right behind them at 5-7, followed by New Orleans at 5-7, and the Panthers who have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. About maybe last week or so. So I want to talk about this for sure. Just like what to expect from these last couple teams. We're gonna start with Carolina, because I think Carolina is going to be very interesting case. 5 games left in the 5 games left for the season. All the teams they play are still fighting for playoff spots. So I think for a fact they're going to take their next 3 divisional games like they actually matter, because they do. Like you want to play spoiler for those teams, but I don't see them winning another game in the season. I mean, they have the Saints in New Orleans. You're gonna lose that game. Falcons at home. Falcons in Carolina. I mean, that's a game you could possibly win. It could sway either way because it's still the Falcons. You still know how they're gonna. You never know. Ritter might cough up the ball a couple times. Might bring Heineke in for a little bit. Bijan might not get going. That's a game that can definitely turn either which way. Green Bay, no shot. There's no shot that the Panthers can beat Green Bay. And then Jacksonville on the road, that shit's not happening. And then you got Tampa in Carolina, which I believe if my predictions are correct, I think that this will be the point right here that the Falcons locked up the division. So this game won't matter. No one will try. So yeah, let's go to the team down in the Bayou, the New Orleans Saints. They have their schedule. The next couple of games are definitely going to be very, very interesting. Carolina, I have that as a win for them. I probably write this down, huh? Yeah, it probably might be smart. No, there's a schedule predictor somewhere, right? That thing's still up, right? The NFL schedule predictor. Schedule predictor. Yeah, it's still up. Should have got more than one bottle of water. Like, okay, yeah. So when you look at the NFC South, let's go back to the Panthers. Like I just said, they're not winning another game for the rest of the season. I believe they'll put them at 1-16. But then you go to New Orleans. Just said they're gonna beat the Panthers. Um, and then you have to play the Giants. That's gonna be a win for the Saints. So now the Saints at 7-7, they're looking good. They're in a good spot. Problem is, you got to go into LA on a Thursday night and play Puka Nakua, whatever the hell his name is, and Cooper Cup, and you saw the fits that the Falcons gave them with fucking Drake London, and Cooper Cup is still a top 5 receiver in the NFL, and Puka Nakua is a rising upcoming rookie that played really good all season. So I have the Rams winning that one. Then you have Saints and the Buccaneers. That's a very very interesting game in Tampa. Um, I think that this will be the week that the Falcons clinch the division. So I'm gonna say the Bucks win this game. It's a very very close contest, and then the Saints will beat the Falcons on at home in Week 18. Put them at 8-9. Now we go to Tampa. Tampa on Sunday has a tough matchup against my boys, the Atlanta Falcons. They're not winning that game. No shot in hell. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers walk into Mercedes-Benz Stadium and come out alive. There's no way in hell that happens. The Atlanta Falcons are way too good at home. The fans are way too rowdy for them to come out and I think score even 20 points. I'm gonna clip this later when they lose by fucking 40. That's gonna be fun. And then not only that, but you have to walk into Green Bay, a team that is rallying around their young quarterback, and play them. That there's no shot. There's no shot in hell the Buccaneers win that game. That puts them at 7-9, eliminates them from playoff contention. Jags will beat the Bucks. They'll put them at 7-10, and then the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Falcons beat the Colts on Christmas Eve, and it's going to be a really, really unpopular opinion. I had to drink the water before I said this. The Atlanta Falcons will lose to the Chicago Bears in Week 17. It's a very hot take, but think about this Think about the Falcons we know. The Falcons we know have a tendency of coming out in games they're supposed to win and not winning them. Think about earlier this year with the Titans. You're supposed to win that game. They're starting Will Levis. The Vikings are starting. I forgot who the fuck they were starting, but Josh Dobbs came in because we hurt their quarterback. A guy who took no snaps pretty much the whole week. Didn't even know the names of receivers. Came out, beat us. And then you have the Cardinals. Kyler Murray coming off the ACL injury, leading his team down the field to score. The Atlanta Falcons have a tendency of losing games they shouldn't be losing, and the tendency continues in Week 17 against the Chicago Bears. So, my final NFC South predictions. The Atlanta Falcons 7-9. Wait, not 7-9. 9-8, 5-1 in the division. The 4 seed with the New Orleans Saints at 8-9 and 10. Buccaneers 7-10 in the 11, and then the Panthers 1-16, worst record in football. That's what I think is gonna happen. But I do want to take a step away from football real quick and talk about the baseball sweepstakes. That is looking for Shohei Ohtani. Where will Shohei go? A lot of speculation happened today. So John Marucci, no, it wasn't him. Someone made a tweet that was John Marucci was en route to Chicago today. Turns out he wasn't. He was still at home in California where he should be. But like, what are the main things Shohei lobbied for in his free agency was to keep his Shohei wanted to keep his free agency private. That's something he said for a long time. Wanted to keep it private. So I don't even know why people thought he was going to Toronto. I mean, I guess you have the private flight going from Los Angeles to Toronto, but I just don't see why Otani would want to go to. I just don't see it. If I'm gonna look at where the Shohei wants to play. Where does he want to play? This is not true. This is not true. I just saw something that says Shohei signed with the Blue Jays. It's not true. But no, what does but I want to look at teams odds because I think this is very interesting to look at. You can place bets where he wants to go. I don't think I'm gonna go through these top couple teams. I think they all pose very interesting ideas. The LA Dodgers, I don't think that he would want to go to. He want to stay in LA. I think he loves LA for the city. I think he loves the city, but I think he wants to get the fuck out of there. I don't think that Shohei wants to stay in LA. Um, Chicago, very interesting. Yeah, I guess the wrong. I don't know ball. I don't know ball like I should. Um, no, I'm just saying Shohei wants to go to a contender, right? Wants to go to contender. He wants to win. One thing Shohei's not done in a long time is win. One team. I'm alive for this. I'm alive for this. One team that can do a whole lot of winning already has done a whole lot of winning and do a lot more winning with Shohei Otani if he comes to Atlanta. If Shohei Otani comes to Atlanta, the Braves might as well just be World Series champions. Like, just go ahead, write it in, phone it in, whatever you want to do, because it would be over. Think you would have. I saw someone put out a lineup a while. I think it was Fox MLB. I don't agree with it. I think think about it. You'd run Acuna number one, right? NL MVP. Fat 70 steals last season, 40 home runs, first ever player to ever do it. And then you turn around, right? You get him out. You're like, okay, I can take a breath now. No, you can't, because the AL MVP is on the other. He's right behind him at number two. And then you get Otani, and you're like, okay, whew, I can finally take a break. We're getting to the bottom of the lineup. Psych, we're just kidding, because guess what? Motherfucking Matt Olson's right behind him. So let's say you get all three of them out, three up, three down, first inning, whatever, it happens. You come out next inning, okay. Let's look at who else we got. Fucking Austin Riley, right behind him. Think Austin Riley be right behind the three of them, right? And you're like, okay, we could chill now. We could chill. Nope. Because guess what? You still got to face Sean Murphy. You still got to face Michael Harris II. You still got to face Ozzy Albies. You still got to face whoever the fuck Fletcher and Stasis, whatever the fuck his name is. You still got to face Darno. You still got to face Ozuna. You still got to face fucking Kevin Pillar. If the Braves, oh wait, no, he's a free agent. Never mind. You don't have to face. You don't have to face Kevin Pillar. But bro, if the Atlanta Braves could find out a way, how much capital do the Braves have? Here we go. The Atlanta Braves have um I have no clue how much. But think everyone's on a cheap deal. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If the Atlanta Braves go out, find a way to retain their stars, and get Shohei Ohtani, it's scary hours in Atlanta. You might just hand them the trophy now. I know y'all said this last year, but I'm serious this time. Another thing I do want to talk about are the Atlanta Hawks. What is happening to the Atlanta Hawks? If the season, I know we're early in the season, right? We're only, how many games is that? That's 12, 15, 18, 21 games into the year. It's 82 game season. We're a long way. We got it some time, but 21 games in, the Hawks sit at 9-12, 10th in the East. Uh, I think one thing that we're all seeing right now is how much the Atlanta Hawks need a third guy. A third guy in the starting lineup who you're like, I am confident that man can get me buckets. We saw it early in the year with Jalen Johnson, right? Saw it early in the year, Jalen Johnson. Sadly, he has left a left. I don't even know what the hell that bone is. A left fracture in his somewhere, right? That he got. I don't even think he played today, right? Yeah, he didn't even play today. He's out for, I think it said 3 to 4 weeks. Is how long that Jalen Johnson's out. It was Jalen Johnson early in the year, but now you're seeing it not being Jalen Johnson because of the injury. So now you need some guys to step up and take over that role. So you know, Trey's gonna give you what Trey's gonna give you, right? Trey's gonna give you Trey numbers. DJ's gonna give you DJ numbers. Bogey's come off the bench. What we need is for AJ Johnson to come back because JJ is a fucking dog out there. But we need for DeAndre Hunter to step up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the contract year for DeAndre Hunter. And if DeAndre Hunter wants that contract, oh no, he just signed a what? When was this? When did Dre sign an extension? Never mind. Okay, well, so we signed Dre to an extension. The only way that Dre is going to be worth an extension is if he balls out, and he's been doing all right. 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists. But that's not what you want from a guy making that kind of money. He's making $20 million. So you need for him to step up. And I would really love to see Kobe Buffkin get some playing time. If you we know the lineup they want to run, but what if we had I would love to see the Hawks run a lineup where it's I run a game where you have Trey, DJ, JJ, Dre, and CC running the five, and then coming off the bench as that second unit, you would have Kobe Buffkin, Bogey, you'd run fucking Sadiq Bey, AJ Griffin, Onyeka Okongwu. I'd love to see that second unit because I think that second unit might just do enough to keep the Hawks in games. I would love, love, love to see that from Atlanta. You never know. You never know how the season's gonna turn out. But the Hawks have a few chances to bounce back. in the next couple of days. You have Denver on Monday, and then 2 games in Toronto, then in Cleveland. But then on Monday the 18th, you come back home to your place and play literally the worst team in the NBA, the Detroit Pistons. The worst team I've seen in a very, very long time. 19 straight losses in the Detroit Pistons. I don't know how you function as a member of the National Basketball Association with 19 straight losses. Their last win came against the Chicago Bulls on October 28th. It is December 9th. It is December 9th, and we're still in the same spot where you're like, bro, can we do something? So yeah, definitely it's time for the Hawks to bounce back. You have a couple quick games coming up. I need some wins. As Arthur Smith said for the Falcons, if we get into a rhythm, start stacking wins, you never know. You never know what can happen. So all I got for today. I just wanted to come on here and yap for a little bit about about sports. In the next couple of days, we should drop another one. Maybe a pre and a post game for Falcons games. You never know. Uh, but yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you for listening. Uh, Thank you for watching. If you actually have the video up, if you're looking at me, hi. Um, yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.